Hello guys, welcome to part 2 of alternate new feature of the world, the grand finale. Like and subscribe if you want Robux. Put in your username to be able to see if you're subscribed, and I'll spin a wheel, and if you get it, congrats. So anyways, we start off this episode. So the file it disappeared, so I had to redo some of this stuff, and that's why it has a little line. But it's fine. At least I was able to restore it, because it would be a shame if I had to restore it again. Okay, so the first thing happening, Pakistan capitulates after Islamabad is captured, and Tibet helps some Chinese troops move through um, East Turkestan. Um, Chinese troops move along into whatever this region is called, and Japanese continue to move up, whatever this is called. I'm just gonna call it Siberia. German, no, what's the, there we go. Russian troops move through Italy and capitulate San Marino. Let me just change the tolerance a little bit. Okay. The Ottomans land in whatever cities are here and move around, cutting off Italy. Um, and Sicily is safe now. They continue to move down the peninsula, destroying tons of homes. Not really, I'm just kind of saying that because I don't know what to say. Until they meet forces, and it's basically like Italy's gonna die. So they move troops out and land them in neighboring Tunis, Caligari, and whatever cities are there. They don't go to Sicily though. Some of them do though. But after going to Corsica, most of them flee towards France or mainland France or Catalonia. They continue moving into Italian soil, and most of the troops evacuate. But there's a last, mostly French holdout in Rome that holds out for a long time. More troops, mainly from Scandinavia, push through the Netherlands and Germany. The German government, if I haven't said this already, is capitulated, no more, disappeared. In the entire Belgian area, but they hold on to Lille, French in our timeline. The French holdout finally collapses in Italy. Never mind. I was gonna try to create an Austrian state, but that would look ugly. A new puppet regime is made in um Germany, as well as Italy. Uh, San Marino is occupied right now because they're doing stuff, and I don't want to forget the borders. Italia also switches sides, uh, government and stuff. The guy's overthrown because that was sad. And also, what were they supposed to do, bro? They were surrounded. Besides Germany. Anyways, we move down here. Mozambique. They continue to hold out with South African forces on the south and Tanzanian troops coming in from the north. Eventually, they connect forces in through the coastline, severing tons of supply lines, causing the country to collapse. Well, they surrendered, but still. Operation. Operation Fever is made. I just looked a Diary Wimpy Kid book that's next to me. that I'm gonna read for school. They let you read any books, so I already read one, and the school year's coming to a close. Oh wait, I'm getting off topic. Um, Kenyan forces move through southern Somalia, causing the region to collapse, making Ethiopian troops the only ones there, racing up to the front line. They push Sudanese troops out of Chad. The beginning of the end begins for Egypt. Rommel, I'm kidding, but Rommel moves his forces out and captures Alexandria. It was really just Maghreb or whatever it's called. I don't know what I called it. The Ethiopians have to retreat with mainly civilian forces taking back Yemen. Talk about embarrassing. There we go. But with that, um, the 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 Turks and the Turks, they continue to move through um, Saudi Arabia, and some Indian troops move over, capturing the strategic area of this. They take this, meaning that no more no more exporting. Now they have to go. Actually, no, I don't know where they would go. Yeah, I think it's fair to see that Mexico is not going to survive much longer, as the entire Guadalajara area collapses over to the Americans. A force moves down the coast of Mexico, as well as the Yucatan forces that America has dropped. A two-way invasion. I don't know where Mexico City is. I'm pretty sure it's around here. I'm somewhere off. Yeah, I'm pretty off. Battle of Mexico City. The area collapses and tons of troops are encircled. Mexico surrenders over to the Americans. And now America can help over with Europe because they think Brazil probably has this. With that, Buenos Aires is captured with an L for Argentinians and Brazilians. The Brazilians lose a lot of troops with the invasion of Buenos Aires, but they take the city. So Argentina surrenders over, hoping not for them not to make too harsh of punishments. And now the Americans are free. Now they could do whatever they want. Operation Nuke is made. Very creative name. Actually, no. Operation. Uh, Operation Brush, because that's what I saw, and that's a good name, I think. Operation Brush is made, and the liberation, well, not really liberation, the invasion of Greenland is made. They're pretty happy to see the Americans, as these guys are pro-Danish, but the Swedish overthrew the Danish monarchy. So these guys are really pro-Danish, but what you gonna do? Iceland is met by the British also invading them, and it falls within a few days. The invasion of Sicily is made, and tons of troops are caught off guard, slowly being squeezed until Tunisian and Sardinian civilian ships come and save them. the Italian government falls and a new government is made completely. The invasion of Corsica begins and the invasion of Sardinia surges. Tons of troops are captured there. The invasion of Nice is made, but they continue to make it. They decide to take whatever city is like right there. Let me check Google Maps. So far the position they're in, not really good. I mean, like, well, in Europe they're winning. Everywhere else, not so much. I mean, like they are not doing this. I think this is called Geneva. Oh, that's in Switzerland. Um, yeah, never mind. I really thought that was okay. So they take that area, and meanwhile, basically the entirety of Africa now forces Ethiopia to concede and to surrender over, as they are also not in a very good position. They spearhead through, and Addis Ababa, I don't know what to say it, how to say it, is captured. And with that, all the Ethiopian troops stationed here also fall over. There weren't a lot of Egyptian troops because they're kind of protecting the capital, you know. Cairo is captured. After a long 5 days of battle, Egypt concedes, leaving the Suez to be held by the Ottomans. Ottomans decide, no, the Ottomans cannot hold the front. And on all fronts, they start collapsing. Let's just, there you go. And the Ottomans decide to switch sides. The, the Russians, seeing them as traitors, they have a lot of morale, bro. So they storm into Iran and get their coast back and liberate a good portion of Pakistan. But they don't reinstate the government. Hundreds of thousands of new conscripts are introduced. And Serbs and Romanians also conscript a lot to make sure the Ottomans are no longer here. Gallipoli and what's that city called? Izmir is captured. They hold on to Istanbul. They push through the east, the far east. China and Japan are going to have a hefty paycheck after this war if they win. So this is the thing that's going to decide it all. The Battle of France. Well, maybe, I don't know. Lily is captured. Thousands of men have to sacrifice themselves or swim, whatever. They're not swimming that. Get ships. Yeah. They try to make a pretty big bulge in the country to try to break through the front line. They do, but at what cost? They already used way too much manpower. Meanwhile, in the south, the new Italian force, the Italian Socialist Republic, seems through France, bro. There's nothing here, so there's no need. France is not in a good situation. What makes it worse is that Catalonia, they declare independence. but Barcelona holds out until the troops decide to evacuate to Algiers or Valencia or whatever islands those are called, or just Spain. It also works. Catalonian force moves around and starts to be supplied by the Italians, which are being supplied by the Soviets. They move through France in the south. The French really thought this wasn't going to be a problem. That's going to become a problem. But they do push back a little bit, cutting off the cutoff they made. And they push them out. They don't cut off this though, because there are a lot of people there. Meanwhile, now that the Germans have finally mustered up the strength, they make another attack on Paris, diverting the troops to make them try to chase them. And as they go, another attack is made. But the troops continue back, eventually joining the spearhead. The operation is a failure, but they do manage to, with the nationalistic pride, move in tons of troops to the front line. But also conscription. They connect forces barely because the Alps are hard to climb. Now let's do this. Istanbul is captured, and the Ottomans fall over. Yeah. But tons of troops were already moving in, so not all is lost. Like Cyprus stays back. The Middle East. Even some Turks still continue to fight. In this Kurdistan. Now, continuing with the European theater, they move through, creating one big line around the city, and it's all captured. France falls, but don't worry, there's still some troops here. Just as the Spanish start moving more troops along, Catalonia is saved from a rebellion. But the situation they're in isn't very good. The ships have just made it into London, Dublin, Cardiff, Southampton, random cities in Cornwall, and now they're about to commence an operation known as Operation uh, Operation Shrubs. Why not? And they move through the Norwegian countryside, but there are a lot of mountains here, so they just kind of hold off from here. They move around the mountains because you don't want to go through those, and Oslo is taken. But the capital has been moved from Copenhagen to Stockholm ever since the overtaking of the Swedish government. Tons of people in the mountainous areas, the government can't afford to like nationalize those areas, so they kind of want to. They could see who's winning this. At least they think they're gonna win. And now that the Russians have cooled down, the Indians are making a nice stride into eastern Iran and Pakistan. Saudi Arabia and other Turkish forces land along the coast. Ottoman nationalists decide to move through and try to capture Anarcha. The capital is moved, finally, from Istanbul to whatever city's there. I can't remember. It's on like the little like panhandle of Turkey, like there, whatever it's called. Operation Lebensraum is made, which means living space in German. Takes over Sicily. There's a baseball guy who tweeted his tweets, just say 30s and that's it. Oh wait, are you recording? Yes. It's clear that the Russians are losing ground. Although they took France, they lost Norway. They lost Norway. And Norway rebels from the Swedish regime. Let me just get these borders right. These are good enough, right? Intended Norwegian men start to move over the border. With all the Swedish at war, there's no one to protect the mainland. Operation Burundi is made, and hundreds of thousands of men are landed, or whatever city is there. And they move through whatever terrain is here. And Spanish troops also move through. Their main goal, getting Paris, they didn't get, as the trajectory was off and communication was cut by the Russians. But a new French government is made with the capital being Vichy. But eventually Paris is captured and Paris is remade as the new crown jewel, aka capital. They move through the south of, what's it called again? Italy, and they declare, they take Sardinia. They declare independence from this new bad regime. San Marino is freed, and they decide to move through Italy. The Italian Socialist Republic collapses. And hundreds of thousands of men encircled in this pocket. And they all surrender over. Few of them actually joining the Italian and French army because of the terrible working conditions of the Germans, of the new Germans. Just like that, France is liberated, as well as Venice. Bosnians rebel from the new socialist government. They connect with the Italians, taking Zagreb and creating a new, well, reinstating the government. Germany is now screwed. Denmark falls. as well as Copenhagen and those other islands. Malmo is also sieged. Berlin, Amsterdam, and Hamburg are all taken. Need water. Okay. Russian morale drops to a low, letting Ottomans storm. Russian forces begin to fall. Americans. The German government falls. The Greeks protest and rebel. Istanbul is sieged again and liberated. The Russians lose complete control over the Caspian. Serbia completely dies. Stockholm is taken. Sweden falls. Now that the Allies were right on the Soviet Union's doorstep, they're gonna keep fighting. Bulgaria is completely lost by the Romanians. Bucharest is taken. The country falls. Hungary falls. the Caucasian line kind of falls. But the Russians do keep a little bit of land. Ukraine finally gets to switch sides like they always wanted. Poland also finally gets a chance to switch sides. Breaking away from the Russian government, overthrowing it. Oh, wait. Oops. The entire Donbass is liberated. Iranian troops are pulled out to be brung to the European front. The Caucasian front also reroutes. But it is very rushed. Volgograd is lost. St. Petersburg is lost. Pretty sure it's called Petrograd now, I can't remember. Moscow falls, leading to the end of the Great War. Armenia loses a lot of lands. Not that much, but decent amount of lands. Poland gets East Prussia. I'm almost done. The Ottomans gained some land, and I don't know whatever this region is called. I guess you could say Caucasian, but not really. Russia loses a lot of oil. I'm not talking because my voice kind of hurts. So yeah. The Baltics released. And finally, Belarus. Now over here, Denmark, instead of becoming free, it were to the Germans. Swedes, but now they're under Norwegian rule. America gains this, but otherwise they keep Iceland. But they do lose Finland. Egypt loses whatever these regions are called. Suez, it is shared by the Ottomans and the Egyptians. this land goes to the Chadians, I guess, whatever you want to call them. South Sudan gained its independence. South Somalia falls over to East Africa. But they also lose the Djibouti, or whatever that is, to Saudis. These are now Madagascar and South Africa formed the South African Union, which is made after they annex this land. Well, Union of South Africa, if you want to be more specific. Peace treaty could be called brutal to the Argentinians. They only lose a bit of their core, so it's fine. Oh yeah, in Mexico. And with that, the world is saved. Bye bye.